Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Enter Red Room. I'm here with the November 2023 reading. Yo, it's been like a whole fucking journey, yo. So, I'm here with this. Welcome to the channel Enter Red Room. I do things regarding like body work and spiritual things related to the womb and womanhood in general. This is a menses reading. Menses being your menstrual cycle, reading as in tarot reading with oracle. And how I do this is I go by phase in the menstrual cycle, and then, we kind of go from there. So I have 3 decks today: the Kai Tarot Love, Apparition Tarot, and the Pixie. Maybe you can see all of those. So let's get started in this piece. So we're going to use the apparition for the actual phases of the menstrual, and then we'll kind of do some more, not clarifying, but cards. And I don't read reversals like that, so like if there's a card that accidentally gets reversed and shit like that, like I don't read like that. So follicular. I really don't know which way this is going to read, but we'll see. Ovulatory, luteal, and menstrual. All right, so we have the follicular phase. That's the Knight of Pentacles, so pretty stable. Then we have the ovulatory 5 of Cups. I knew there was a dark card. I said, I know there's a dark card here. We have the Hermit for the luteal, and then the menstrual is the Strength. So we start off with the follicular phase. This could be a time where you are very much interested in getting things done. It could be related to finances, but I kind of feel like it's just personal things you want to check off. I feel like there's a satisfaction with getting things done and getting things checked off the list. That's really important to oneself and one's goals, but like it seems like the goals are kind of abstract. They're not really as concrete. I feel like the goal is more like feeling experientially, like emotions, feeling emotions, as opposed to like I took out the trash, I sent that email, I did A, B, and C. It doesn't seem so much wrapped into that. It seems very much fixated on an emotional state of being. And so kind of striving for that, but feeling it, maybe not the highest octave or the fullest of that emotion, but you did seem to kind of like achieve some of that. And so it's pretty like cool. It seems like it could be related to like a daily routine. So you're able to feel essentially kind of stable with the Pentacles and the Knight. Kind of stable regarding these emotions more consistently, and that could be something that you're happy about, that is consistently every day, because you're maybe doing something at specific times a day every day, that you're able to hit this emotional goal more often. With the Five of Cups next to it, though, it seems like it throws you off considerably when these daily goals are not met. These daily emotional goals are not met, and that it can really throw you off and send you into a tailspin a lot more. It could be related to the fact that you are experiencing maybe some sort of physical pain or some sort of emotional state that perhaps lingers longer than you expect. So this could be somebody with these check marks who has a very regular cycle. It may not be, this reading may not be for some people who have more irregular cycles. I myself have PCOS, so I don't really feel like this is for me either. But it seems like if you have certain things that you do every day, your cycle is pretty much the same, as far as like, you know how long you're going to menstruate for, you kind of know the emotions that lead up to it, you kind of know what you crave, you know the protocol, so to speak. It does seem like there may be something that comes in that causes you some sort of discomfort and causes you some sort of like mental anxiety or sadness, or some sort of, you feel removed from yourself, like you feel like you're not yourself quite as much anymore, and there's a little bit of doubting your stability because of that. So catastrophizing it a little bit is kind of what I'm seeing here. There may be some sort of shedding emotionality regarding being brought back to a certain place. So this could also be someone who is on a path of sobriety, or a path where they are striving maybe towards some sort of real practical goal, but I feel like the goal has a lot of emotions tied to it. So if it's not just straight emotions, it's like weight loss, sobriety, substance abuse, kicking habits, things like that. People pleasing maybe, but I feel like it may be harder kind of things that you would go to programs for, or have a longer term kind of setup to help you move away. It does seem like it's kind of derailed, and there is some sort of sadness about being brought back to the same self that kind of got you into this, and that was under illusions that you were happy. And so there is a little bit of fear there that you will go back to this kind of setting. With the Hermit, for the luteal phase, there could be a certain blackout period. I do think that this cycle has been derailed a little bit, and it's causing you to withdraw. I do think a few people may notice a more sullen type of energy. The setbacks could be, if you're trying to lose weight gain a significant amount, or some sort of event that you kind of spiral from. There could be, calling you out a little bit, some instance where you may felt like you were doing very well, and you indulged pretty heavily, and as a result you relapsed, and now there's a sobering feeling about why you had to kind of cleanse and move forward with sobriety, or whatever it is in the first place. For you just have to kind of stay to the straight and narrow, and I think that Knight of Pentacles is telling you to kind of stay to the straight and narrow of a routine, working towards your goals, figuratively, literally, emotionally, etc. With this Hermit card, I do think that there is a little bit of hesitance to kind of try again, start over, because of this setback. And I do think there is a little bit of bullying oneself because of it. You could be being bullied by others. You could be shunned by more society. You could be feeling like lagging behind other people in terms of not success as far as like career, stuff like that, but in terms of these arenas when I'm talking about like emotionally, getting over people, weight loss, things like that. And so you feel like perhaps you're getting left behind by other people who are more perhaps enthusiastic at this time about their goals, when you feel like you may have plateaued or fallen off or regressed. Lastly, with the Strength card, I do think that there is something to be said for this journey. I do think that you have a bit of an uphill battle working towards strength, because it's not the only major arcana. I was going to say it's the only major arcana, but I feel like it's the only one of the cards here that feels kind of light. I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, there feels like a lot emotionally riding on it, and that Five of Cups over there kind of, you know, hedges itself a little bit. So there may be a little bit of clinginess to the old idea of who one is. The strength is, yeah, give me the strength to like go forward with things like that. But I also kind of just think that it is, I think there's an idea of maybe what you need to be strong, to consider doing these things. There may be just an idea. I'm going to show you closer. Hopefully I can show you closer. Hermit. There may be an idea that you have about what strong is, or what strength is not. And these ideas need to kind of be kind of not attacked, but reworked and revamped. For strength, I don't feel that strength is very strong here. So I feel like, yeah, it's there, but if this is talking about not health advice, but this is talking about an actual menses cycle, because this is more about your womb space energetically, then it may be that it comes later. It's not as strong. It could be like this month represents a shift for you in terms of your actual menses, and that requires some sort of looking at because of how different it has been to the establishment of whatever whatever your menses is. And so like looking into it, it doesn't seem like it's something that you need to make rash decisions about or rash judgments about, but it is something to be explored, and it's something to be looked at. I think that it'll take some time to kind of rebuild, just because it seems like emotionally it's going to take some time to rebound from whatever has happened. We're going to go to the card of love. Card for this menses reading. We have Temperance. So it would be maintaining maybe a very balanced diet, a very healthy mindset, especially. Don't overdo it. I think leaning into a lot of the negative, if you rebound it, is something that you're going to have to work towards. And I think that instead of trying to course correct very immediately, because you're not in a car that needs to be course corrected or you're crash, there needs to be some sort of doing away with that mindset that if you don't immediately course correct very harshly, might I add, that you are going to somehow self-destruct, and it's going to be something that you cannot come back from, right? It seems like you can come back from it. It doesn't seem like it's overly gated off to get back to your kind of established norm. It just seems like there is a little bit more work, and that emotionally, psychologically, it's a lot more work. Okay, and then last one is from the Pixie deck. We have Spark. So what you might have to do is get your spark back, ha 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 ha, but you may have to figure out what is happening with your routine, and kind of maybe the situation around why you fell off in the first place, because it could have been like weather related, it could have been like people around you, it could have been something else. It may not have been strictly just you, and so you may have to like figure out what that means and why that is like something that threw you off. Yeah. And if all else fails, I think maybe like you should do a self-portrait or something like that. Like I did one of these for my classes. But do a self-portrait and kind of how do you feel about yourself, and kind of draw yourself, write words to describe yourself, and then go from there and see how it kind of, you know, goes, because there may be some harsh words and criticisms that need to be kind of addressed. But I think this just seems like a disruption of something that's been long established, and now there's just something really something hard about being able to rebound. This could also be someone who is trying to rebound from some sort of relationship that emotionally, psychologically just was very damaging, but I'm not seeing that too much. But definitely working on restabilizing yourself, getting yourself recommitted to whatever it is that you're doing. If it's a project that you're trying to do, start small. Start with like some small part of the project, or even something unrelated, and then kind of come back, circle back to it, and start gently incorporating more and more of the project into the full until you're doing the project again in full. And yeah, so thank you for watching this womb reading for November. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you for the womb reading in December. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.